Taking care of your home might sound simple, but lousy cleaning habits are what make your house harder to maintain over time. And that's why we're diving into the 18 cleaning mistakes that you really need to break. And here we go. Some of these might feel basic. Some of them are probably you already know, but this video is for anybody who wants to keep their house clean, especially if you're a new homeowner and you're trying to keep things in order. So without further ado, let's get started. 18. Waiting for the cleaning to become overwhelming. Sometimes you just wait for laundry and everything else to pile up, right? You don't want to ignore a leaky faucet until your whole kitchen floods. And the same thing goes for cleaning. You know, if you put off cleaning, it just makes it that much harder. And it feels so much harder to do because when all the clutter piles up, your brain sees, oh my gosh, this is way too much work. And then you won't even feel like you want to get started. So you don't want to clean the entire house with a deep clean every day just to keep it clean. So instead, focus on those small, easy habits. For example, wiping down the kitchen counters right after cooking. It takes about 30 seconds, but it keeps all that sticky and cleanup much easier. Or try a 5-minute evening declutter. Grab a basket, walk your way through the house, put anything that's out of place, put it in there, and then go put it back. So another great trick is to have a timer for either 10 or 15 minutes and then focus on a small little area. You'll be amazed at how much you can actually get done in a very short time. But investing just a few minutes each day can save you hours of work and frustration later on. But really, the main thing that you want is to stay consistent. So number 17 is not completing tasks. Now, you can start cleaning and you leave that task half done. Your home's going to look often messier than it was before. And the problem isn't just getting started, but it's actually finishing that job, guys. So half-finished chores, these are things that'll look cluttered and messy and keep your space more chaotic. Just get it done. The key is to focus on the task at a time and then complete it before moving on to something else. So you say to yourself, cleaning the fridge, well, I don't want to clean everything out at one time. Just start at one shelf, empty it, wipe it, then return to something before moving on to the next shelf. And breaking it down into smaller parts, it may look less scary, especially if it's done this way. And there's the last step that you shouldn't skip is to spend an extra 5 or 10 minutes to finish up a major cleaning task that you've started. So put those clean dishes away instead of leaving them out on the counter, and fold that last load of laundry instead of letting it sit in that basket. It's going to get wrinkled anyway. That final push may feel like a hassle, but it makes a world of difference on how your home looks and it actually feels. And it's safer than having to redo that task all over again later on. Number 16, skip deep cleaning. Now, deep cleaning is what keeps a home truly clean and healthy. So if you put this off, it really does make a difference. You don't have to deep clean the whole house all at once. Just pick one area and then make sure it gets cleaned at least once or twice a month. Breaking it down makes it much easier, especially if you're not used to deep cleaning. You don't have to deep clean every single week, but you can't skip it entirely if you want a healthy home. And the same thing goes for your appliances. Deep cleaning your oven, your washing machine, or even your fridge helps them work better and last longer. If you got a fridge that's packed with clutter, guess what? It's going to struggle to keep things cold, right? And the same thing applies to if you live near a highway or places where dust enters the house. You're going to be cleaning it more often. So a handheld steam cleaner is an excellent investment if you can afford one, because it's a great way to clean grout, upholstery, and even shower heads, and they don't require any use of chemicals. Number 15 is mixing different cleaners. Now, mixing cleaning products is almost always a bad idea because it sometimes is dangerous and even ineffective. Now, some combinations like bleach and vinegar can even create harmful gases. Some people just pour that stuff together. But other combinations can cancel each other out, so you're actually wasting time and effort. So the safest thing to do is to stick to one cleaner at a time for each surface. So don't assume that mixing these things will make it cleaner. It could get actually worse. And different cleaners are designed for different surfaces and for different purposes. So like if you're making your own cleaners, that's fine, but just keep it simple. Like vinegar and water works great for glass, and that's a classic for a reason. But baking soda and water is suitable, and it's actually a gentle abrasive for scrubbing. But there's many other DIY cleaning recipes online, so don't try to make your own cleaners based on some random TikTok video, all right? Number 14 is not washing pillows. Now, this is a simple way to protect your pillows by using just a pillow cover, but pillows can absorb sweat, oils, and allergens overnight. And if you don't use this cover, it's going to need regular cleaning. So wash the cover every week in hot water. And the pillow itself, clean that every 3 to 4 months, or even dispose of it and get another one. And that's why both the cover and the pillow need regular cleaning. Now wash a pillow cover every week in hot water. It kills bacteria and allergens. And there's a lot of dust out there that can do this. As for the pillow itself, clean it every 3 to 6 months. Most synthetic pillows you can put it in a washing machine. Just use warm water and a gentle rinse cycle. And it's better to hand wash or use a mild detergent for down pillows, and this prevents it from balling up, right? But after washing, toss 2 tennis balls wrapped in clean socks into the dryer. Why? Because they're going to bounce around, right? They're going to keep the fluff going as the filling, it ends up drying. So this is a trick that works especially well whether it's down or feather pillows. And this will keep them soft and evenly distributed. And number 13 is dusting after vacuuming. Sounds crazy, right? But think about it for a second. Your vacuum, get the floors all nice and clean, then you start dusting. Well, all that dust that you just knocked off the shelves and the furniture and the ceiling fan, it's all going to land back on the floor that you just vacuumed. So instead, dust first, then vacuum. And that way, you're going to clean from the top down. Dust always settles down, right? So start with the high points, the ceiling fans, the light fixtures, the shelves. Then work your way down on the furniture and finally to the floor. There's a couple extra tips here that make dusting more effective. A microfiber cloth, it's really best because it really traps the dust instead of just pushing it around, right? You can also lightly dampen your microfiber cloth. Now, I'm not talking about soaking wet, right? Just wring it out really good. It's just a little bit damp. And this keeps the cloth to grab and hold on to dust even better. And number 12 is using harsh cleaners. Now, when you're cleaning, this applies to just about everything. If you're unsure about it, don't use the strongest cleaner first because it can do more harm, and sometimes harmful chemicals like bleach can damage surfaces. So instead, start with gentler options. Vinegar, baking soda, mild dish soap are enough for many cleaning tasks. So everyday cleaning, this is pretty much all you'll really need. There are a lot safer options too. And if you absolutely must use something more substantial, always test it in a small, inconspicuous area first, because you don't want that big spot standing out and hitting you in the head, right? You don't want to ruin that visible surface. So different surfaces are going to require different kinds of care. So using that right product is the key to making your house clean and making it look intact. Number 11 is wiping cleaners too soon. Now, sometimes people don't wait for the action to happen. So many people will spray a cleaner and then wipe it right away. It's a common mistake, but most cleaning products, especially disinfectants, they need time to work. So check the label, and if it tells you how long it should be left on, keep it on. Disinfectants usually take a couple minutes to kill the germs effectively. And while you're waiting, you can tack on other small cleaning tasks like wiping down a different surface or tidying up a different area nearby, right? So don't just stand around waiting for something to happen. Just go like, no, you want to make sure you get it clean. And the job means maybe less scrubbing later on, and it ensures your space is clean and germ-free. Don't rush the process. It's not going to help you in any way, guys. Number 10 is leaving beds unmade. Now, this sounds simple, but it's the first step of discipline when you get up in the morning is to keep a clean bed. Make your bed in the same tone. It makes a whole setting for your whole room and your whole day, right? It only takes a couple minutes, makes a huge impact, and a neatly made bed instantly makes your bedroom look like it's put together and the rest of the room is not messy. Number 9 is overstuffing the refrigerator with leftovers. Okay, so I've done this before myself, but overstuffing your refrigerator with old leftovers and expired items, it's another common mistake because it leads to unpleasant smells, and a lot of times it makes your appliances work harder. So if you have leftovers, keep in mind clear containers so you can actually see what's inside of it. And you can actually label them with dates to keep track of when it happened, right? Because if you're using bins or baskets or similar types of items like snacks or other items, it makes it a lot easier to see, and it helps you to avoid buying duplicates as well when you're doing your grocery shopping. Now, some people keep a small notepad on the refrigerator to write down the things that they're running low on. This makes sense, right? It's a great way to keep track of your grocery list and prevent overbuying. Number 8, storing cleaning products correctly, okay, or incorrectly for that matter. Sunlight and heat and cool makes a big difference. So keep bathroom cleaners in the bathroom, kitchen supplies under the sink, laundry products in the laundry room, and use label baskets or containers so you can easily carry them around if you need it in another room. But be careful with products like bleach and hydrogen peroxide. You want to keep these away from direct sunlight. Now, sunlight actually breaks down the effective and active ingredients. It makes it less effective. So you always want to keep them in a cool, dry place. If you read the bottle, guess what? That's what it says. So if you're tight on space, though, I get it. But consider wall-mounted organizers or over-the-door racks, because this will keep them out of the way. This is especially helpful for keeping them out of reach of children and pets. And number 7 is wearing outside shoes in the house. My wife yells at me about this all the time. Take your shoes off at the door, right? If you don't want to track dirt and bacteria and allergens and dust and all kinds of stuff in the house, it's really a good habit to leave them at the door. And set up a small shoe area with a bench or a tray that can catch the mud or the water. And this will keep things tidy and makes things easier for everyone to follow those rules, even me. So if someone doesn't like going barefoot, it's not a problem. Just keep the basket of slippers or socks by the door. Now, adding doormats on both the inside and the outside of your doorway can also help because it'll attract and collect things, right? So outdoor doormat scrapes off most of the dirt and dust from your shoes. Indoor, it catches everything that's left. Plus, if it's washable, super easy to clean. Number 6 is leaving dirty dishes in the sink. I've done that too, I'm guilty. Dirty dishes are a breeding ground for bacteria, mold, pests, anything else, right? Caked on food, it really makes it harder to clean later on. So just do it all at one time. Dishwashers may not be as effective as they once were, so instead, get into the habit of rinsing off the dishes and loading them into the dishwasher or washing them by hand right after use. If you don't have a dishwasher, set up a drying rack in the sink, right? Because if you have this rule that you tackle dishes immediately after meals, it's going to be super easy and clean because your house, your whole countertop, everything's going to be clean. And number 5 is using one disinfectant to clean the bathroom. So instead of using multiple disinfectants to clean and wipe the entire bathroom, it just spreads germs around, right? Use multiple wipes. Use a fresh part of a cloth or each surface so each area stays wet for a few minutes. So if you're using disinfectants, make sure that the area stays wet for a few minutes, okay? So focus on high touch areas like faucets, light switches, and doorknobs. So when you clean, start with the cleaner surfaces like the mirrors and then work your way to the dirtier spots like the toilet, right? It maintains hygiene. So if you're deep cleaning, you can use your old toothbrush and you can scrub grout or faucet crevices or the hard to reach spots. And number 4 is cleaning with dirty tools. Look, using a vacuum with a clog filter, a dirty mop, it won't clean your house. It's going to spread things around. It spreads the dirt and the germs around. So with each use, make sure you clean your tools as well. So empty your vacuum and wash your mop heads and disinfect sponges regularly. So if you use a reusable microfiber cloth, rinse it out with hot water and let it dry properly to avoid musty smells. Cleaning tools are really essential for effective cleaning. So the fresher they are, guess what? The better it is and the better the job is in the long run. And number 3 is using too much cleaning product. Sometimes people will spray, and it's totally soaked, right? You might think that the products that are better for cleaning, but reality, sometimes this stuff can backfire because too much cleaner can actually leave a sticky film or residue that attracts even more dirt. So for example, if you're using a floor cleaner, it might make your floor look even dull or even slippery with time because of the buildup, right? So the best thing to do is to read the bottle. Just use the amount that it actually says to use. If you have a tough stain to remove, just a little bit of cleaner, let it sit for a few minutes, and then you can add a little bit more if you actually need it. But if you don't need it, it's not a problem, right? Remember, when it comes to cleaning products, less is more efficient. It saves money and actually protects surfaces. Sometimes people will clean a carpet and they leave too much residue and then it ends up collecting more dirt later on. So less is more. Number 2 is wet towels and shower curtains that bunch up. So avoid leaving wet towels and shower curtains all bunched up because they get moldy and they start to smell. And the best thing to do is to hang up your towels right after you use them. So spread them out so they can dry quickly. And you can take a shower and you might even pull your shower curtain all the way open. Let the air circulate so it prevents mold from growing. Now, if your bathroom tends to be damp, try using the exhaust fan or opening a window for a little while after your shower. And number 1 is paper clutter. Now, piles of unopened mail, old receipts, random papers, it makes the home look chaotic. I have this problem. I have to do it every once in a while and consolidate all this stuff. So if you designate a specific spot for all incoming papers, which we've recently done, we have a basket that we put all small papers in a tray or in a folder if you have, because this habit of sorting through weekly, toss away that junk mail, recycle the old stuff, get the essential documents out immediately because you're going to need that stuff. Not only does it free up space, but it also makes finding what you need a lot quicker. All right, guys, so if you watched this video to the end, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments. If you have any tricks or hacks, put them down below. I want to know what you do or what you're not doing. So go ahead. I want to make sure these videos are helpful to you and the comments are helpful to other people as well. So make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and share this video if you know somebody who could actually use it. I'm Jerry with Jerry Pinkas Real Estate Experts. My team has literally helped thousands and thousands of people successfully move in the past 20 years. We've been in a lot of houses. Some are good, some are average, some are way above average. But over the last 20 years, we've helped those people move, and we want to make sure that you're avoiding those pitfalls that are costly. So if you're buying or selling anywhere in the United States, this team is here to help you, so we can hook you up with your local real estate expert. Just give us a call at 843-839-9870. Hey, is this video helpful? Has any of these videos here on this channel be helpful? Let me know. I truly appreciate you guys watching and commenting here. So until next time, stay happy, stay educated. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.